everybody, and thanks a lot for the warm welcome. Thanks also for hosting me here today. It's a pleasure to be with all of you here in the Netherlands. My name is Stefano La Rovere. I am the Director of Advanced Technology and Mechatronics for Amazon Global Robotics in Europe. And today, I'm going to guide you in the world of innovation by Amazon. This year is a special year. It marks a decade of significant innovation and investment by Amazon in advanced technology, in robotics, for our operations. Just to give you some numbers, over the last 10 years, we have deployed more than 500,000 robotic drive units in our fulfillment network, while at the same time creating more than 1 million new roles in our fulfillment centers around the world. This is truly a new golden age for robotics, where technology is transforming the logistic ecosystem into assistive and collaborative autonomy, where technology is at the service of man. Robotics, artificial intelligence, machine learning, mechatronics more in general, they all have a vast potential. And we are excited that we are shaping not only what robotics is today, but also what robotics can be in the future. Before sharing some real-life examples of the latest innovations we are building, let me start with a very small personal anecdote, just to explain what is innovation in Amazon. When I was a kid, I remember I had a lot of passion for developing new things, for solving problems in new ways. And I used to sketch drawings to materialize these ideas. And my father still keeps a drawing that I gave him when I was only 6 years old. And I remember back then, my parents used to come back very late from work. And in the evening, they were, of course, tired of having to cook for us. And so I started to wonder, what could they do to make their cooking experience easier? What could help them? And that's where I thought about some kind of creative robot or system that could cook spaghetti on one side while at the same time frying meat and warming up coffee while preparing fruit. Nowadays, in our kitchen, we all have small appliances, devices, or robots who help us in cooking. Back then, none of this existed. And this is the meaning of innovation for Amazon. Innovation for us means understanding what's the problem we need to solve, talking to our employees, gathering feedback from our customers, and based on that, work backwards to use technology and innovation to solve those problems. But let's start now to see a bit more in details what is innovation. Let's start to look at some of the latest technologies we are developing. In Amazon Global Robotics, we develop technology and robotic work cell to improve the employee and the customer experience. To do so, we break down our robotic roadmap into 6 parts, into 6 verbs, which also describe the key transformations which happens in our fulfillment network. They are manipulate, move, store, sort, pack, and identify. By achieving world-class capability in each of these areas, we unlock a vast potential in ergonomic, in safety, in improving workplace experience for our employees, and in delighting our customers by reducing delivery time and providing what they want, where they want, when they want. But when we develop in these 6 areas, we don't just develop for the sake of developing. We develop for a purpose. We develop for a goal. As explained before, we start from analyzing the inputs from our employees and customers, and we develop technology to help them to improve their experience. And all the technologies we develop are not just standing around in a fulfillment network as islands of automation. They're all interconnected. They all talk to each other. and they create an integrated end-to-end flow of operations. Regardless of which technology we develop, they all have something in common, that man is at the core of the development. We want the technologies to be safe, ergonomically friendly in order to enhance human capability. We want them to be robust, reliable. We want them to be visible. You can imagine when you have a fleet of hundreds or thousands of machines around the world, you want to be able to know in every moment what is the status of each of them. Do they need repair? Do they need maintenance? We want them to be intuitive and simple so that you don't need to question your mental capacity on how to use them. Our motto is complex is easy, simple is hard. We don't want just to create complex machines. We want to create technologically advanced machines which are, however, easy to use, easy to operate, easy to maintain, easy to clean, easy to lubricate. Technology which is truly at the service of man. And to do so, we have a talented team of roboticists, software and safety experts, engineers, and we collaborate with several functions from HR to legal to supply chain to deployment, all working together as one global team. Specifically here in Europe, we recently announced the establishment of the Amazon Operations Innovation Lab. It is our European research and development laboratory, which is one of the group of the Department of Advanced Technology and Mechatronics that I lead. And what we do here is to develop new prototypes and new technologies before they are ready to be deployed in our global fulfillment network. Let's have a quick look at it with a small video. As you have seen from this very small video, small teaser, the lab is a big testing and development space where we can early test these new technologies to enhance employee work experience. Just to put this in numbers, over the last 3 years, only in Europe, we have invested over 400 million euros in new technologies, in research and development, deploying more than 550 new robotic cell and working system in our European fulfillment network. And you might have seen in the video some examples of these technologies that nowadays are common in most of our fulfillment centers. You might have recognized what we call item sorters, which are machines which are automatically distributing products across multiple destinations. And thanks to them, operators no longer need to manually move these products, which is a very repetitive and boring job. You might have also noticed some big robotic arms that are moving pallets around. We call them pallet movers. And they eliminate the need for operators to move such heavy loads around with a forklift or with a pallet jack. Or you might have seen some smaller robotic arms that we call robot sorters that use artificial intelligence and machine learning to recognize random parcels and distribute them from a place to another, again, eliminating the need for this repetitive motion. And we have many more technologies in the field and many more we are developing. They all have something in common. We use robot and technology to do what robots are best at, which is doing repetitive, boring activities, in order to allow our talented operators to reallocate their capabilities into more sophisticated and complex activities. And as we continue progressing in the development of new technologies to enhance employee work experience, we are excited that we have also recently announced the acquisition of Klosterman. Klosterman is a Belgium-based system integrator and machine manufacturer that we use to and help us in developing and building technologies to manipulate products, totes, containers, pallets. And this acquisition is important for us because it allows us to more rapidly develop, design, build, and deploy new technologies that enhance employee working experience, reduce packaging waste, and reduce delivery time to our customers, hence improving their experience. In the beginning of the presentation, you might remember, I talked about the 6 verbs, the 6 key areas of our technical roadmap. For sake of time, we will not be able to talk about all of them, but today I want to talk about 3 examples in 3 of these areas, starting from manipulation, starting from a technology we have developed here in Europe that is now deploying at scale, that we call ATR, or Automated Tote Retrieval. This technology is moving plastic containers that we call totes, hence the name, from one place to another. So the operator no longer needs to execute this repetitive transformation. Let's have a quick preview of it. As you have seen for this very small video, the technology uses the moving shuttle and the number of smart sensing devices to talk with upstream and downstream systems. The upstream system is filling products inside the tote, inside this plastic container. The ATR is capable of monitoring the content of the tote and predicting when a tote will be full. When this happens, the ATR will move the shuttle in front of this tote, retrieve it, and bring it somewhere downstream for further processing. In parallel, the shuttle is also picking an empty tote and replenishing it in the position which was left from the previous system. The ATR is also integrated with several sensing devices that are capable of analyzing the content of the tote. They are capable of understanding if an item is protruding outside of the tote, and they have a specially engineered system which can reshuffle and relevel the products inside the tote so the products don't get damaged, and we increase the utilization and the fullness of the tote itself. And thanks to this technology, operators no longer need to move totes all day long, and this obviously also reduces the potential risk of injury. A second example I'm going to talk to you today is in the area of movement. One of the most known technologies in Amazon is most likely what we call the robotic drive units. I'm sure all of you, maybe most of you, have seen on the internet these small robotic units going around in our fulfillment center, which look very similar to the Roomba that maybe some of you also have at home, with the difference that we don't use them to clean the floor. We use them to revolutionize the way we handle storage. They create a system that we call good-to-person. This means that the operator no longer need to walk through the fulfillment center looking for the inventory they need to pick, but it is the robot which brings the inventory, the product, to the operator. Over the last 10 years, we have deployed more than 520,000 robotic units across our worldwide network. And these technologies have, let's say, a bit of a limit today, which is they always work in a confined area. They are segregated from the place where operators are moving or working. Traditionally, it is in fact very difficult to have a technology working in the same physical space of the operator. And this has now changed thanks to our 5th generation robotic drive unit that we call Proteus, which is one of our first fully autonomous mobile robots. Let's have a look at it. Proteus builds on 10 years of experience and development in hardware, software, robotics, making it more intelligent and smarter than ever. It leverages a number of smart sensing devices coupled with sophisticated software, all integrated into an independent hardware, which create a sort of invisible safety bubble all around Proteus, which makes it capable of not only detecting obstacles, but what is even more exciting, makes it human aware. It is in fact capable of not only identifying where is a person or where is a group of people, but also understanding what to do when this happens, whether it should stop, it should slow down, or change path in order to reach the final destination in total safety for the surrounding operators. Thanks to Proteus, robots no longer need to be segregated from the area where operators are working. And as you can imagine, this opens a vast potential of opportunity of creating further collaboration between machine and human. Originally, Proteus was developed to handle heavy carts in the outbound dock, as you've seen in the video. But obviously, we can reuse the same underlying technology to also move products, containers, totes, pallets, all other products in the fulfillment network. A third and last example I want to share today is one of our most recent innovations that has revolutionized the inventory storage handling. We call it containerization. Traditionally, in many fulfillment centers, operators need to manually pick and store individual products inside a fabric pod that one of the robotic drive units I explained before will come and bring to the operator. In order to reduce the need for the operator to bend down, reach up, or climb a ladder to find a product, we have developed a new system which serves the product in front of the operator in a more comfortable and ergonomic way inside a container. Let's have a look at it. This new containerized storage system puts the employees in a safer, more collaborative environment, surrounded by this choreography, by this dance of robots and software. The system is in fact capable of identifying where is the product that the customer has ordered, in which container, in which pod. Based on this information, a robotic drive unit will move this container in front of another station, which will retrieve the product, will retrieve the container with the product and present it in front of the operators for them to continue processing. Overall, it is really rewarding to share some of these latest examples of technologies we are developing, which are making our workplace more innovative, collaborative, intuitive. One of our leadership principles is strive to be Earth's best employer. And we want to continue using technology, research and development to achieve this mission of improving employee and customers' experience. But we also realize that not all the innovation is to happen internally. We want to go beyond our own core sphere of knowledge and capability, and we want to empower other technologies and other companies who are developing other technologies or emerging technologies, which can disrupt the supply chain or the logistic world. And that's the reason why earlier this year, we have announced the establishment of the Amazon Industrial Innovation Fund. We have committed in investing $1 billion in companies out there which develop technologies that can enhance employee workplace experience, which can reduce delivery time, and which can help in our customer promise. We know there are other companies out there that share our same passion and enthusiasm for innovation. And whether this investment helps them to mature those technologies or leads them to working with Amazon, or both of them, we're excited that we are in this position to help develop these technologies in a moment where online shopping becomes more and more important for customers looking for convenience and time savings. In conclusion, 10 years have passed by. A lot of things have changed, but one constant has remained untouched, which is our drive to develop technologies to enhance employee and customer experience. What started as a small team trying to add automation in our fulfillment network has now grown and evolved into a global team of roboticists, engineers, safety, software experts, mechanical systems. And we are excited that they are helping to revolutionize our operations. It is thanks to them that our facilities are now safer and more ergonomic than ever. And the exciting part is that a lot of the innovation work is yet to come. The next decade of discovery is just beginning. Thanks a lot, everybody, for your attention, and thanks again for hosting me today.
Thank you, Stefano. Loved the visuals there of the robots. That was fantastic. Thank you so much.